at 6:48, gas prices are dropping a little bit across the country, but officials say don't get used to it.
Yeah, this comes as prices have hit record highs over the last several weeks. Our Daniel Robinson is joining us now with what prices look like this morning. Daniel.
Hey, Destiny, Patrick, good morning. Here in South Carolina, the average for regular is at $3.93, a drop from around 3 cents from what we saw last week. Now, that is all according to AAA, and officials say this is the first time since the start of this year that gas prices have dropped over the last 3 weeks. Now, according to a survey, some of that decline is due to retailer margin losses. However, officials are saying that drivers should expect to see an increased price at the pump in the coming weeks before there is a significant drop in prices. The national average this morning is at $4.24. That's close to a 1 cent difference from last week. Closer to home now, the average in Georgia is $3.94. And then in North Carolina, the average is $4.03. That trend is united across the board this morning compared to what we saw last week. Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina all seeing a drop in prices from, again, this time last week. For now, live in Greenville, Daniel Robinson, WYFF News 4.
Daniel, thank you. A pedestrian died after being hit by 2 cars in Spartanburg County. State troopers say one of the drivers left the scene. Troopers say it happened on Hidden Hill Road Saturday night. They tell us the car hit a pedestrian who was in the road, and moments later, a second car also hit the pedestrian. According to troopers, the second vehicle drove off. The coroner has identified the victim as 31-year-old Erica Carey. Right now, there's not a good description of that vehicle, but we'll update you as we learn more.
And at 6:49, also in Spartanburg County, a popular restaurant in Cowpens was destroyed by fire. Firefighters say they were called to the Wagon Wheel Fish Camp right around 11 o'clock yesterday morning. They told us the building was already destroyed by the time they arrived. Authorities are investigating what started the fire.
Well, 2 dogs died following a house fire in Anderson County. The Townville Volunteer Fire Department says crews were called to the fire on Circle Street yesterday afternoon. Crews say when they arrived, they found heavy fire throughout the house and 2 dogs were inside. Right now, no word on what started that fire.
And this morning in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in North Carolina, crews are working to get a wildfire under control there. At least 70 crew members have responded to the Thomas Divide Complex fire that involves 2 wildfires, the Stone Pile Fire and the Cooper Creek Fire. Park officials say downed power lines and fallen trees and high winds all caused this fire. At last check, the fire is 30% contained, and this morning, because of the fire, several trails are closed, as well as some campsites up there.
At 6:50 this morning, Ukraine's president is pleading for more help from the West as peace talks with Russia get underway this week.
While in the U.S., the White House is clarifying a statement by President Biden. Here's Aixa Diaz.
Patrick, Destiny, the White House says the U.S. is not looking to remove Vladimir Putin from power in Russia, but does want to stop him from unleashing more attacks on his neighbors. President Biden back in Washington after meeting with world leaders in Europe. In Poland, the president stressed U.S. support for Ukraine and denounced Vladimir Putin's aggression.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
That comment raising eyebrows, critics accusing the president of suggesting regime change in Russia.
First, I think all of us believe the world would be a better place without Vladimir Putin. But second, that's not the official U.S. policy. Clarity is incredibly important.
The White House says President Biden was referring to Putin's power over neighboring nations and the region, not within his own country. The U.S. and allies are sending more military assistance to Ukraine. But Vladimir Zelensky is asking for fighter jets and tanks.
We have to give them everything they need to win this war because we've made it clear we're not going to intervene directly, and I don't think we should at this point.
Russia says it's now focusing on taking control of the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine after encountering resistance in other parts of the country. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WYFF News 4.
1, 2, 3.
Jacksonville Jaguars and former Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence back in the upstate over the weekend. He was hosting his first youth football camp in Greer Sunday morning at Mesa Soccer Complex. Kids ages 6 to 16 lined up to meet Trevor, take some pictures, toss the pigskin around with him, and working their way getting coaches up by some local high school and youth instructors.
This place, Greenville, Clemson, Anderson, the whole area upstate, is special to me. I have a big part of my life, and who I am comes from spending my time 3 years here, and it's a really special place. I love coming back. It's a special feeling, and it's kind of like a second home for me. So it's special being here, and just to have the support means a lot. Knowing that he followed me in Jacksonville and all those things, and it's really, really cool.
Well, Lawrence is getting ready for his second NFL season, expecting bigger and better for himself and his Jaguars in 2022.